One Professionals out of the Troy office. My phone number is 248-568-7763. If you've got real estate questions, give me a call. Today we're going to talk about Hazel Park. Hazel Park's a town near Ferndale, next to Ferndale. Here, one of the suburbs, northern suburbs of Detroit. Let's talk about the market a little bit. It's a beautiful little city. The average days on market for homes right now is 48 days. Up a little bit from December. Kind of expected that from the January. Kind of slow down a little bit. Things should start shooting up a little bit as we go into the springtime here. Listings also down a little bit from December. December it was at 123. January was at 113, so down 10 listings. That could be a number of things, but also probably time of year as well. Average price, average selling price at this point is 149.9. 149.9 is the average selling price. So good investment properties, whatever, if that fits your budget, give me a call. Let's talk. List price to square foot is about $113 a square foot right now, with 4.9 months on hand. Excuse me. Sale price versus list is 100%. Let's talk about that a little bit. So a lot of folks are coming in and they want to bid 20% below the list price or something like that. Be careful what you're doing there. You run the risk of just not even getting a follow-up call because the offer is not in the ballpark that the seller is looking for. Good rule of thumb for me is we talk about 5 to 10% below list, unless we know that there's a bunch of competition already. Last spring we were coming in and we were going to open houses that had 30, 40, 50 couples going through on an afternoon, and there were 10, 12, 13 offers by Sunday night. If you're going to get into one of those things, you won't be discounting any of the prices. The prices are going to come in, you're going to talk about being list plus, that kind of thing. I haven't seen so much of that right now. We'll see whether the springtime brings more of that. Right now it's a little bit slower as far as number of competitors. There's usually one or two others competitors out there, but not it's not 13 or 14 offers coming in these days. So come in, make a reasonable offer, 5-10% below list price. Hope that you're in the ballpark and that somebody else hasn't already beaten you. And then do the negotiation. Don't be afraid to come back in and have them counter, and you can accept the counter or counter the counter. There's a whole bunch of different ways to negotiate this. But trust your agent. Talk to your agent. They know the market. They know what's going on. They've spoken to these people. They may know the other agent and know what kinds of things are going to be done and how that agent is going to play this particular property. While I am in Hazel Park, I wanted to talk about Chef Regato and Mabel Gray's on John R. It's a wonderful restaurant. They're open from 4 to 10 on Tuesdays through Saturday, and open until 11 on Friday and Saturday. Closed Sunday, Monday. Give them a try. There's not really, I would tell you to try certain things, but there's not really a set menu. The chef comes up with these different things based on what's available in the market. It's a farm to table kind of a thing, so his vendors, when they have good product out there, he creates something and brings it out to the restaurant. By all means, please call ahead for reservations. It's a very popular restaurant, very, very not crowded, but very popular, so you're going to have to call ahead to get a table. So make your reservations, and we'll talk about that. let's see, where are we now? Let's talk about. I'm working a deal this week where where we're working on a. This happens to be a bank-owned Fannie Mae property, but let's just talk in general about some bank-owned properties and how those work. Um, the So you go through and bank-owned properties are listed in the MLS just like anyone else's, except they'll say bank-owned on the listing. And you can go in and sometimes they're priced appropriately. The banks will negotiate with you. They know what they've got to get out of it. They know what the mortgage was that they took over and reassumed and took back when they took back the property, that kind of thing. Bank-owned properties are typically someone has passed away and there's no family to take it over. If there's a mortgage, it goes back to the bank. The estate doesn't pay for it or whatever, something. Or somebody fell on hard times and they lost the property, so the property went back to the bank. Um, so the banks will come out, bring those up to sale, and put them on the market with an agent, so that they can talk about those things. So the way this goes, it gets listed just like anything else. And so if you want to look for some of these properties, kind of the process deviates in the middle. So let me kind of take you through that. First part of the process, find yourself an agent. Find an agent that's worked on a couple of these before. I've done a few of them. I know other agents have. But make sure they're comfortable with what's going on and they understand that. Um, you're going to go out, pick some properties, take a look at them. You'll wander through. Some of them may be in disrepair. Some of the banks have ways of getting money to invest in them. Fannie Mae is one of them that will allow the banks to upgrade the property. They've got suppliers and things out there that can do that. They can make updates to the property and bring it back into back into repair and bring it back into livable conditions where it's back up to code. Um, those you're not going to get quite the deal on, but you'll have the opportunity to get a property that makes sense to buy. You're not going to have to go in and rehab the whole building. You might make some few adjustments to make it fit your needs and your wants and that kind of thing, but you're not going to go in and be tearing out walls and replacing things because most of that heavy lifting has already been done in that case. However, some banks don't do that. Some banks will talk about, they'll come in and there's like, here's the property we've got, here's the condition it was in, we cleaned it out, that's all we're doing. You're on your own for updates and upgrades and paint and maybe new furnaces and maybe new roofs and whatever. So take a look at that and we'll see where we go. So you've got your agent, you're looking at properties, you find the home, and then you're going to come back and make an offer. You want to make an offer, make it reasonable. The banks, have priced this thing. They've got experts out there that are looking at it and going and saying a property in this condition in this neighborhood in this city is probably going to go for plus or minus a couple percentage points of this price, and that's what they're going to be asking. So think about when you're trying to negotiate with the bank. It's okay to come in a little bit low, 5-10%, like I was talking about earlier, and then you're going to go in and put it in the system. So you'll make the offer. Your agent will write up the offer just like you normally would do. You'll sign the offer just like you would normally do. You will have to have proof of funds, whether that's you got to provide bank account information showing that you're talking about. Make sure that you've got the funds to back up the offer that you've just made. Could also be that you're financing it, in which case you get a pre-approval letter from your lender, and they'll give you that, and then you send that along the way. That goes in with your offer. Your realtor will have you sign all of these things. You're going to have at that point, you're going to have some time to wait because most of the banks offer these things, and offers are submitted through a computerized online system where all of the documents are uploaded, but then the real estate agent will take some time and type in some other is they're going to collect offers for some period of time, and then they'll look at them 1 day a week. Something else you need to know: most of the banks on a lot of these want to get homeowners, occupant owners, to buy these houses, rehab them, and move in. So don't assume that you're going to, as an investor, you're going to go in on the first 7 days and sweep this thing up. They will have right in the listing that there's a quiet period for owner occupiers only for the first 7 to 14 days. It varies from bank to bank. But the first 7 to 14 days will be on there, and it'll be marked out as that's the quiet period where only if you're going to occupy the house and own it and live there can you make an offer. You can make an offer, but they're not going to look at it up to that point, because you'll have to declare whether you're an investor or going to be an owner occupier. Once you're past that date, then it opens up and other investors are available to do that. People that want to buy it and rent it out, that kind of thing. Buy it or maybe flip it if it needs a rehab, something like that. So that's the time when those folks can come in and start making offers on there that will be looked at. But even so, once the bank will sit on it for a few days, and I did one where every Monday we knew every Monday we would get a response from whatever happened the week before. So you had all of these things going back and forth, and things happening. The bank was looking at stuff, but nobody knew about it. The responses only came out on Monday. So keep that in mind while you're doing that. Don't get impatient. Don't panic and go back in and re-update your offer and just keep adding more. You'll be negotiating against yourself at that point. Wait for the bank to respond. Maybe you're going to get it, maybe you're not. Maybe there's a ton of people making offers. Maybe there's only one or two. Maybe there's none besides you. However, think about that before you go back in and change your offer. It could be that the bank just hasn't gotten to it yet. So until you hear something, don't start changing your offer and making things go. So once you get through that, it might take a couple of weeks for that part, and the bank will accept your offer just like any other offer. There's probably going to be some other documents that the bank wants you to sign, that in addition to the things that you've already put on your offer on there, and you'll talk about your agent with your agent about that. Your real estate agent or your realtor will tell you what needs to be done and work out those details. You're still welcome to have an inspection. You just got to call that out in your offer. Go through the inspections. Rehab properties, you can still do an inspection, but yeah, come on, you're not going to negotiate after that to get something lower. The property is sold as is. It is what it is. Take the property and go. But you're allowed to do an inspection and say, hey, I want to check, the major stuff underground. I want to check the sewer system. I want to check the water pipes and make sure that they're all in place. And if you find out that they're not, you still have the opportunity to back out of that deal. Assuming you put in there that there was going to be an inspection and due diligence going on there. So once the inspection's done, then it's get your financing in order, get ready, and roll into close. Banks often like to have deals that close quickly. So if you're doing a cash offer, consider doing this in 2 weeks instead of like 30 days or 45 days or something like that. If you need the financing time to do that, then that's okay. But I would consider what you can and can't do there and go from there. I hope that explains it. If you've got questions, by all means, send me a text at 235-56. I'll get it right in a minute. Just a second. 248-568-7763. Send me a text. Call me if you want. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you've got properties that you want to go see, let me know. We can get an agency agreement in place, and we can go start looking at properties once I'm working for you. I don't mind answering questions up to that point, though. Whatever you want to do, let me know. 248-568-7763. I'm Kevin Bentley, Century 21 Professionals, and this is Walk With Me, where we take care of the walk on